Plots like this and conspiracies like this coming out. Just give us a bit of background on this case. It's all related to a tender.
Yes, Yuveka, it seems as if it's not only the Dundee July that happens in Dundee, where you have that horse race that happens there every after the Durban July, but it seems as if there is trouble in paradise for Inkatha Freedom Party, the IFP, when it comes to governance. To understand, Yuveka, that they are governing Endumeni local municipality here around Escout. Their mayor, Siboniso Mbatha, has now been embroiled in allegations of plotting to assassinate or kill the council speaker of that specific municipality, Bongiwe Mbatha-Makhathini. It all revolves around issues of tenders. You'd go back to the issue that happened in the Ulundi district municipality when an IFP councillor, PR councillor, Siboniso Mbatha, was gunned down brutally, and he ended up dying after suffering from those gun wounds. IFP leader Mangosuthu Buthelezi coming out and speaking, saying that it's not that there is trouble outside of the Inkatha Freedom Party. The trouble and the sins are inside the party when it comes to issues of governance and fraud and allegations going on within the awarding of contracts and tenders. It does not only seem, Yuveka, that there is trouble in paradise for the African National Congress, where we've seen a number of their activists and leaders within branches being assassinated and killed in the province. It's now moved to the Inkatha Freedom Party, specifically in areas where they are in government after the 2016 local government elections, such as the Zululand district municipality, where we've seen the death of Siboniso Mbatha, and also now with allegations of plots to assassinate the speaker of the local municipality in Endumeni, in Bongiwe Mbatha-Makhathini, by the mayor Siboniso Mbatha.
So what details or what do we know about the particular tender in question here? Do we know the details around the awarding and what the actual issue is?
It's not yet clear what the actual issue is when it comes to the awarding of this tender. Who was supposed to get this tender? Was the speaker objecting towards this particular individual or this particular company getting this contract? We will seek to get those answers to those questions about why was there specific interest to this tender, and why was there a plot to assassinate someone's life, and worse of all, a government official who is the speaker of the municipality in the form of Bongiwe Mbatha-Makhathini. So it's going to be interesting on how these allegations are proven, because it becomes very easy to provide allegations against someone, and it's very difficult to substantiate those allegations. So it's going to be interesting on what evidence the Bongiwe Mbatha-Makhathini's legal team comes with to prove this plot that the mayor Siboniso Mbatha tried to assassinate him, along with IFP councillor in the local uMtshezi municipality, Mthembeni Majola, along with another assassinator who was supposed to have pulled this plot to assassinate the speaker of the municipality. It's not yet clear what this tender entailed and what this tender was intended to do, and the worth of this tender. Those are the questions that we'll be seeking to get inside the courtroom or outside the courtroom, if we get an opportunity to speak to the speaker, Bongiwe Mbatha-Makhathini, or if we get any chance to speak to our legal representatives, or even the mayor's representatives, along with the two accused who will now be appearing here at the Escout Magistrates Court.
Now, if I understand you correctly, Samkele, you're saying this is intra-party conflict. It's not between different parties, it's within the IFP. But we now know that the mayor, who's now behind bars, appointing a DA councillor to stand in. So where do we sort of figure that into all of, what's the thinking or the logic behind that then?
Well, Yuveka, it does seem like there is trouble in paradise in the IFP. It's an intra-party warfare within the Inkatha Freedom Party, not only here in the uMtshezi municipalities and specifically in Endumeni. They have appointed a DA councillor to stand in as the mayor of the municipality. It's interesting on how political dynamics are changing within the province, but also it also looks like this intra-party warfare is not only within the Inkatha Freedom Party, it's also in the African National National Congress. You'd remember that in the period of the early 90s, there was political violence between the Inkatha Freedom Party and the ANC in the province. It now looks as if this warfare is not only between these political parties now. That's ended. It's now internally within these two organizations, specifically the point in case now, the specific point and the showcase and the spotlight being on the Inkatha Freedom Party, especially after the death of the IFP, former IFP Youth Brigade leader in the Greater Zululand district in the form of Siboniso Mbatha, also now trickling down to other municipalities where there is a plot now by Siboniso Mbatha allegedly to assassinate the speaker Bongiwe Mbatha-Makhathini. So it looks as if there is this intra-party warfare in the Inkatha Freedom Party, which is also spilling over to other to opposition parties as well, in the form of the Democratic Alliance, who have now been roped in with Siboniso Mbatha appointing an acting mayor from the Democratic Alliance.
All right, well, hopefully we'll get some answers, like you say, either inside or outside of court today as to what exactly is going on there, what was the whole thing sparked by. And Samkele Maseko, he's there in Escout for us to bring us the latest on that story. We're back after the break.